So how do I actually adapt my communication style based on the person? So there are many different kind of ways of doing this. You can do some research, you can actually memorize some scripts and go through many forms and then trying to identify the person and trying to be speaking like this, may role play, may practicing, but what I believe there is one way that is very effective and you can use it anytime, at any moment, and without memorizing any scripts. Dear fellow Toastmasters, dear fellow guests. So yesterday I got the assignment to fill out a form where I have to identify my own communication style and share it with you, like share with you the results, and also how I actually adapt my communication based on the channel of the other person. So after this form, what I realized is I've done similar tests already in the past. They are so-called personality tests, and when I was filling out this form, the results were very similar to the results I had in the other tests. It was very surprising. So, how is this actually all built up? Well, basically there are 4 different kind of communication styles. One is a direct approach, which this person just gets to the point, doesn't want to waste time, and focuses on the result and the goal, the outcome. And the other one is a much more analytical person. That is numbers, it's very important, it needs facts and figures, diagrams, and needs always an argument for anything. And the other communication style is more supportive, more caring. Communicating with these people, you have to be more in a meditative state. And be calm. And then we have the other ones, which are very social. They need to be with people around, they need to have them because otherwise they don't live. And these kind of people or person or communication types are called initiators. So once I done my tests, the results were that I'm an analytical and direct type. It was very even. So I love numbers for some reason, and also I want to be direct and get to the point. Okay, now if I were to be 24/7 all the time communicating with numbers and being direct with even with calm people, I might hurt some feelings that will make people as well crazy. So how do I do this? How do I personally adapt my communication style based on the other person so I can communicate effectively like the Toastmasters? Well, it's not here we. I think I have too much plaques in mine. Okay. So how do I actually adapt my communication style based on the person? So there are many different kind of ways of doing this. You can do some research, you can actually memorize some scripts and go through many forms and then trying to identify the person and trying to be speaking like this, may role play, may practicing, but what I believe there is one way that is very effective and you can use it anytime, at any moment, and without memorizing any scripts. And I think all of you know this. And that is simply mirroring the person. So how do I mirror the person? Well, if I see a person speaking faster than normal, I adapt as well my speed. But the thing is, you want to mirror authentically. You don't want to be fake. So what I do, I just remember from my past, where I normally speak fast, I then adapt my speed from the past based on the current situation when I'm speaking faster with the person. Or if I'm speaking to a much more reserved person, then I am actually myself a little bit more reserved than normal. And there are also different ways of how you can master mirroring. also is about asking questions. Asking the right questions at the right time with finesse is a ability to be practiced, of course. But it's more about understanding the core thing, what the person actually means. It's not always what people say, it's what they always mean, and you have to understand the communication language. So I always dig deeper. I try to immerse myself with the world of the other person, to understand from what kind of point of view they're looking at the world. And then I dissociate myself again back to being myself, and I also love to communicate the way how I like to be communicated. Okay, so this is working great one-on-one, and how does this translate into a larger group? Well, there are some ways of how I do this. Is first of all researching before holding a speech who might be in the group. But sometimes we don't have the time and we need to be more spontaneous and be actually adapting on stage. For example, if an analytical person will ask me a question, I will give a direct answer, be precise, and then I will say, look, more questions we can answer after the speech. But what happens if you neither can adapt to the audience? Well, I just keep my own communication style and be just the way I am. And that's how I feel assured and secure on stage. So, to sum up all this, what I spoke today, I think this quote from Stephen R. Covey is something that will bring everything we talked to one point. And that is, seek to understand and then to be understood. Thank you.